Welcome to an exploration of the world's most dangerous insects, where seemingly harmless creatures unveil their lethal capabilities. From venomous stingers to silent disease carriers, these bugs wield a power that belies their small size. Join us on this journey as we unveil the hidden dangers these insects pose, not only to ecosystems, but to human health worldwide. Get ready to discover the most notorious and perilous insects that share our planet. Before we get into the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you won't miss any new videos. We aim to reach 1,000 subscribers to continue the channel. Japanese giant hornets. Renowned for their aggressive demeanor and territorial tendencies, the Japanese giant hornets are a formidable subspecies of the Asian giant hornet, distinguished by their larger size and notorious sting. These formidable creatures, capable of consuming up to 50 honeybees daily, have earned a reputation as pests, having established nests in countries such as France and England due to lax shipping practices, thereby spreading globally. The venom of these hornets is particularly destructive, targeting red blood cells, and individuals with allergies face a heightened risk of fatality. In Japan, these giants are responsible for an alarming annual toll of 30-40 fatalities and the hospitalization of hundreds. Their venom not only assaults the nervous system, but also inflicts damage on the victim's tissues, potentially leading to renal failure. Attracted to human sweat, alcohol, and sweet scents, these hornets exhibit heightened sensitivity, especially when triggered by the movement of animals or people. The consequence is swift swarming and aggressive attacks. Survivors of their stings often endure extensive medical interventions, including numerous stitches and dialysis treatments, bearing lasting scars from the encounters. The menace posed by Japanese giant hornets has prompted government initiatives in Japan and China to eradicate their nests, raising questions about the necessity of such measures. Undoubtedly, these aggressive insects instill a sense of fear and warrant serious consideration for pest control strategies. Bullet ant. Bullet ants, recognized as the most painful insects globally, present an experience one would fervently avoid. Indigenous to the rainforests of Central and South America, these diminutive yet potent creatures, colloquially termed bullet ants or hormiga 24, translating to the 24-hour ant in reference to the prolonged pain following a sting, elicit a sensation akin to being shot with a bullet. Despite their modest size, just a little over an inch in length, the intensity of their sting is remarkable. Dr. Justin Schmidt, an entomologist and research director at the Southwest Biological Institute in Tucson, Arizona, devised the Schmidt Sting Pain Index, SSPI, a classification system gauging the pain induced by stings from wasps, bees, and ants. In his quest to establish this index, he subjected himself to stings from various insects, describing the bullet ant's sting as resembling waves of burning pain, comparable to being struck by a bullet, persisting for hours. Remarkably, the excruciating pain caused by a bullet ant sting is localized and does not pose a direct threat to vital organs like the heart or lungs, assuring that fatality is not an outcome. Nevertheless, the experience is described as intensely agonizing. These ants instill fear among both humans and animals inhabiting the rainforest. Surprisingly, certain indigenous tribes incorporate bullet ants into their initiation ceremonies. Young boys aspiring to attain manhood within these tribes must endure thrusting their hands into woven gloves filled with these ants, enduring repeated stings for a minimum of 10 minutes. Astonishingly, some individuals undergo over a dozen of these rites. While no lasting physical effects are reported, the psychological impact may linger indefinitely. Fleas. the concealed culprit behind the infamous Black Death that swept through Europe during the Middle Ages. Fleas are blood-feeding parasites with the capacity to transmit diseases to both animals and humans. These adept jumpers can leap up to 150 times their own height, facilitating their movement from one host to another, enabling them to consume an astounding 15 times their body weight daily. The bubonic plague, a devastating historical event, was propagated by fleas carrying the disease on rats. Some estimates suggest that this epidemic claimed the lives of nearly 2/3 of Europe's population during that era. While some argue that it was not the fleas themselves, but the infectious bacteria they harbored that hindered their feeding, leading them to regurgitate infectious materials onto their hosts. Remarkably, the disease persists in flea-infested regions today, although modern treatments have significantly improved. Although the Black Plague left an indelible mark on medieval history, contemporary fleas remain capable of transmitting diseases such as typhus, posing a threat, particularly in rapidly reproducing rat populations. Flea bites, accompanied by the saliva they leave behind, can induce severe allergic reactions in both pets and humans. The primary concern lies in managing the itchy and swollen bite marks and promptly addressing infestations, given that fleas have the ability to lay over 50 eggs in a single day. The Tarantula Hawk. This insect stands as the only other creature to achieve a 4 on the SSPI scale, sharing this intense level of pain with the bullet ant. The Tarantula Hawk, a solitary wasp, roams in search of tarantulas. Its primary objective when delivering a sting is to induce a predator, such as a bird or lizard, to release it. The sensation caused by a tarantula hawk's sting is akin to being jolted by a high-voltage electric line during a windstorm, a profoundly intense experience intended to startle. Remarkably, the excruciating pain subsides after approximately 3 minutes, though the duration might feel extended amid agonized screams. For tarantulas, however, this sting serves a different purpose. It induces shock and paralysis. Subsequently, the wasp lays a single egg within the tarantula's body. Upon hatching, the larva commences feeding on the tarantula, strategically avoiding vital organs to prolong the host's life. Fortunately, tarantula hawk wasps seldom resort to stinging without provocation. Nonetheless, the intricate and often brutal facets of nature serve as a stark reminder of its awe-inspiring yet intimidating complexity. The Africanized honeybee. The Africanized honeybee, commonly known as the killer bee, has rightfully earned its fearsome reputation, marked by widespread recognition and apprehension. While their stings are no more lethal than those of an average honeybee, their distinctiveness lies in their exceptionally aggressive nature. Displaying a remarkable level of aggression, they mobilize a considerable number of colony members to repetitively sting any perceived threats. Their relentless pursuit is such that they may abandon the entire hive, leaving it completely unprotected, as the entire colony engages an enemy. Bee swarm-related deaths are alarmingly more prevalent with this particular species. Originating in the 1950s, these bees emerged through the unintentional crossbreeding of the southern African honeybee with the European honeybee by Brazilian scientists. Initially designed to better adapt to the South American climate, some of these bees were inadvertently released into the wild in 1957. Flourishing and multiplying throughout the Americas, they interbred with various other bee colonies and are now making their presence felt in North America, capitalizing on their African honeybee DNA for rapid hive construction and population growth. Despite the ecological benefits of increased bee populations for local flora, these killer bees inherit an aggressive disposition. They have been documented responding viciously to seemingly innocuous stimuli, such as noises and vibrations from vehicles, equipment, and pedestrians. While their proliferation may have positive implications for the region's flowers, their aggressive behavior poses challenges and concerns for human and animal safety. Locusts. The mere mention of locusts evokes images of airborne swarms decimating everything in their path until only barrenness remains. And this apocalyptic scenario is not just a nightmare, it's a stark reality. While closely resembling grasshoppers in many aspects, it is their propensity to assemble in vast groups that transform them into a formidable menace. The primary threat posed by locusts isn't directly to humans themselves, but rather to agriculture. Enormous swarms can descend upon a farm and voraciously consume everything in their vicinity. Crops, grass, and even clothing can vanish within the vast cloud, leading to widespread starvation in affected communities. These swarms, spanning hundreds of miles and comprised of billions of locusts, can devour millions of pounds of plants daily in a frenzied feeding spree. The distinctive buzzing sound of locusts is a source of fear for farmers worldwide. However, ingenious measures such as constructing large fires are employed to debilitate swarms, as the smoke proves effective in deterring their advance. Interestingly, in some parts of the world, locusts are considered a delicacy, and their bodies can compensate for the food loss they cause. Viewed as a natural plague, the desert variety of locusts in particular is notorious for decimating crops in regions where cultivation is challenging. Their capacity to cover large distances in search of food is exemplified by one swarm that traveled from northern Africa to the island of Great Britain, underscoring the far-reaching impact of these relentless insect marauders. Mosquito. The seemingly inconspicuous mosquito, often a nuisance during fishing and camping trips, is not just a minor annoyance. It stands as one of the most deadly creatures on the planet. Despite its diminutive size, the mosquito achieves this notoriety by acting as a vector for diseases such as Zika, West Nile, and malaria, particularly in regions where medical resources are scarce. Remarkably, mosquitoes primarily feed on plant nectars, but females require blood to nourish their eggs and can ingest up to 3 times their body weight in blood to support their development. While blood replenishment is generally manageable for most organisms, the multitude of deadly diseases mosquitoes can transmit makes them a significant health threat. Mosquitoes are drawn to areas with stagnant water-like fluid sinks or buckets for laying their eggs. Their ability to locate human targets relies on sensing the carbon dioxide we exhale, and they can even detect body heat, pinpointing precisely where to draw blood. As a species dating back approximately 210 million years, mosquitoes have been feeding on DNA long before humans appeared. Notably, Alexander the Great is believed to have succumbed to malaria, a disease famously spread by mosquitoes, which continues to claim over 1 million lives annually. Interestingly, dragonflies emerge as potential allies in the fight against mosquitoes. Known to hunt hundreds of mosquitoes per outing, some regions even release dragonflies into the wild as a natural and effective means of mosquito control. In concluding our journey through the realm of the most dangerous insects around the world, we've uncovered the extraordinary threats posed by these seemingly unassuming creatures. From lethal stings to the spread of diseases, these insects play a crucial role in the delicate balance of nature and have a profound impact on human societies. As we navigate the intricate web of coexistence with these tiny but formidable adversaries, let this exploration serve as a reminder of the importance of understanding, respecting, and mitigating the risks posed by these extraordinary bugs in our shared world. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment about the video, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any new videos. We aim to reach 1,000 subscribers to continue the channel.